Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do air layering. If you find the following content helpful, then you can thank me by clicking the thanks button just below the video. The timing of this work is very late spring after the leaves have hardened off, and the subject that I've chosen to air layer is the Shishigashira maple. You're going to need a good rooting hormone, which can either be in the form of a gel or as a powder. I'm going to be using the plastic Dynaballs, but you can also use a bag method, which is the more traditional method. Long fibered sphagnum moss is arguably the best growing medium for air layering, but you could use any other growing medium that has very good water retention abilities. For bonsai, of course, you're looking for interest, for character, and so you need to select the portion of the branch that you want to air layer quite carefully, and then just clean up growth that you don't need. Because I'm using the Dynaballs, I just need to test fit to make sure that it can fit onto the growth that I've chosen, as well as the position of the top and bottom incisions that I'm going to need to make. Make a cut right around the trunk or the branch using a very sharp grafting knife or blade, and the two cuts parallel to one another will need to be 2-3 centimeters apart, depending on the thickness of the portion that you're air layering. And then you want to carefully remove all of the bark and expose the wood beneath. You then want to apply very generously the rooting hormone to the top cut, as this is where the roots are going to issue from. Thoroughly soak the long fibered sphagnum moss and then put a generous amount into the two halves of the Dynaball, and then close the Dynaball on the area that you are going to be air layering. It's a good idea, of course, to do multiple air layerings, not just one, because not all of them will be successful. Be sure to check on your air layerings every few weeks, because you don't want the growing medium to dry out, as that will kill any new roots that have been issued. If all goes well, in autumn of the same growing season, you'll be able to remove the air layering from the mother plant. I like to use a very fine, sharp tooth saw, but you can use a pair of secateurs as well. The next thing, of course, is to get them home and to pot them up. To ensure that the sphagnum moss is thoroughly wet, I soaked them very well before I worked with them. Carefully remove the Dynaballs by gently opening the clips and then setting the plastic halves aside. For the first growing season, I'm going to be using pure pumice to stimulate further root development. You can use a root cutter to further reduce the stub of the branch, but don't go any further than the base or the bottom of the sphagnum ball of roots. I like to use a piece of string to tie the tree into the container just to help stabilize it for the first while. If you found that content helpful and you'd like to thank me for it, please do so now by clicking the thanks button just below the video. Place the potted air layerings in a position that will not receive any direct sun and will also be sheltered from the wind, and then thoroughly water them in. I will now wait until spring to see how the buds that have already formed on the plants develop, and I will also take very good care of the plants during the first growing season, as this is a very critical time period for them.